Hello, hello. How's it going? Okay, let me just check if um, sound and everything is good, and then we can get on our way. Okay, I'm guessing it's pretty good um, from the looks of things. Oh, okay, and then we can get on our way. Oops, I can use my phone. Okay. Oh, right, wrong device. Okay, okay, I think we're good now. Um, yeah, so you're welcome to this stream. This is like my very first time streaming, so I just chose YouTube to get something a bit more familiar because I'm sort of like used to YouTube already. Um, yeah, so this stream is just supposed to be like something really informal, just really chill. Just talk about leave, work on a few issues, um, get your feedback on a few things, like that kind of thing. So Uh, if you have any questions, any suggestions, anything I'm doing wrong or right, or just any comment, just drop it below in the chat. And I have the chat open here. I'll just read, and then we can go on. Um, yeah. So basically, that's just what this stream is about. Um, I've pretty much spent my whole week working on um, the updated documentation. That's been kind of like my past three weeks, I guess. So yeah, you can check out the new documentation here. It's under the beta branch, um, and then it's hosted at beta.leafphp.dev. Um, yeah, so it has. I think I've kind of like gotten like halfway through the documentation. Like I'm done with a couple of sections here and there. Um, I think all the way up to database. Yeah. And I've done like introduction and then more about the query builder. So you have like all of these stuff here, and it's been so crazy because I actually thought I'd be able to pull off some crazy stuff. I thought like get it done by today. That was like the goal. The goal is to actually get it done by today, but I have like all of this left, like Leaf MVC documentation, front end, utilities, like all of the haven't authentication too. Yeah, I've not even written one page of this. So yeah, it's so crazy. Like I sort of like rant about this all the time, but it's so crazy how much more work goes into writing documentation than actually building Leaf. Like I don't know if I have stats for this, but I've probably spent more time on documentation than writing Leaf. Like Leaf is just a bunch of PHP functions and stuff, but the documentation is so much work. My goodness. And there's like a complete rewrite. So I'm sort of like changing the way everything is explained. I realized the old documentation was sort of like it was written like an API reference, which was really weird. I don't know why I did that, but anyway, yeah. So I realized I had to sort of like rewrite a whole lot. Um, yeah. So this documentation sort of like explains things more into details, gives better examples, no jargon, no um, like advanced programmer kind of lingo. It's um, just the basics, explaining everything from scratch. Like everybody's a beginner. Yeah, if you're not a beginner, you still have to deal with this, but yeah, it's better that way. Yeah, so that's how it's going. that's the progress, the new documentation. It's so far so good. I just wish I didn't have to write this myself. I wish, like something could sort of like pickles in my head, or like I had a clone or something that would just write the documentation for me. Because yeah, this has been my whole week. This has actually been my whole week. I think there were a bunch of issues I was tugged in. I just read through, but I actually wasn't able to work on anything because like most of my attention was over here. So hopefully I can get one or two of those issues done within the next hour, and then that'll be it for today. Yeah. So um, anything you want to add to draw my attention to, you can just let me know. Once again, the new documentation is beta.leafphp.dev. Um, you should be able to see all of this stuff. Right now, it's done up to, I think the correct that was the last page I added. The next page is like leaf Redis. I was about to start doing this, but uh, yeah, it's already 5 p.m. time for the stream, so um, I'll just continue this later, maybe tomorrow, hopefully. Um, right. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the new documentation. Nothing interesting going on there. Just a lot of text, a lot of writing. I've actually been using a lot of ChatGPT. Yeah, like I would write something, be like, "Hey, summarize this for me, do that for me." It's been crazy. Uh, I wonder what I'll be doing without this help because writing documentation sucks. It's probably like the worst thing I've done. Anyway, yeah, so if you want to contribute to the new documentation, you can find that on the beta branch. The master branch has like the current documentation, the one hosted at bphp.dev right now. That's this one. Yeah, so that's like the master branch. So whichever one you want to contribute to, you're free to do so. I would love your contributions, especially since I hate documentation so much. Please help. Anyway, so I mentioned a bunch of issues that I haven't been able to look through. So I'll probably just work on one or two of them. I think there was one from Discord. Oh, by the way, if you're not on Discord, please join Discord. Um, there are like some really chill folks over there that just help people that have issues, especially since I'm not always available. And right now, I am totally caught up with the documentation. So, um, yeah, just join Discord. There's a lot of help over there. Oh, I forgot to post we are live. Everyone, yeah, right. It's on everyone. We're live. There we go. Yes, and unfortunately, I don't like tagging everyone, but have to in this case. Yeah, so this is the issue. It was an issue with cores. Um, yeah, okay. Um, so basically, um, I'm pretty sure a lot of you are, like already know what cores does, but um, it's this very annoying browser security thingy. Um, I wonder what this issue. Let's see. So there's this thing. I think I was able to replicate this the last time. I think that's how come I wasn't able to fix it. Right. Let me just sort of like scaffold a new if up, if create, um, fix. While we fixing cores. Okay. CD fix cores. Open up in VS Code. Okay, just reopen mine. Okay, there we go. Um, so I think I sort of need to pull in. I need to pull in cores, like leaf install cores. By the way, if you're not using the Leaf CLI, you're missing out on a lot. It makes managing your Leaf applications like super simple. You can do stuff like this dependency management, serving your Leaf up, and a whole lot more. So please do check it out if you're not already using the Leaf CLI. I think the documentation is somewhere um, docs/CLI. There's like a whole documentation section that like tells you everything, how to set it up, Linux, Windows, Mac, all of that stuff. What you can do with it. So check it out if you are not already using it. Right. So let's get on with our issue. Let's see. So what did the issue say? Basically, you are not able to. Okay, let me just copy and paste this exactly as it is. Um, format that. Okay. Where's your formatter when you need it? Anyway, so I'm using PHP 8.2. Yeah, PHP 8.2. So like VS Code is giving me these parameter names, which is pretty cool. Um, let's see. Okay, so this is supposed to be the issue. It occurs when you set origin to example, just like a regular expression. So I'll check both of them. Let me start off with this one. Okay, right. So just like that, we get the issue. Uh, it says pretty much. That's regular expressions, but there's no regular expression. So why would it try to run it as a regular expression? And I actually don't remember much about the course slide because I wrote it quite a while ago. Um, when was that? Probably maybe 2 years ago. I think when Leaf 3.0 was released. Yeah, 2 years ago. I just hope I can still go through the code because I have no idea what I'm dealing with. Anyway, so there's this course up that just fixing the function, so I can go for like leave course. Okay, single file. Um, okay, I believe it calls this function. Response exit. This works. Okay, yeah, that's the one. We're having a problem with origin, so probably this. Okay. Okay. Right. Hold on. Let me just look for you, so I still know what I'm looking at because I think I've kind of lost context with what I'm doing. Okay. There we go. So it's when I enter an origin like this, which is just a URL. Wait, so if I do example.com, does it still do that? Yeah, it still fails. That's actually pretty weird. That's really weird. Hmm. Anyway, so what we are doing here is we are getting this origin that was passed in. Yeah, I think that's like starter config origin. And then we check if origin is allowed. Okay, so that's a different function. So if the origin is allowed, we set this, which is like access control allow origin, and then whatever, uh, whatever origin the person is accessing the your application from. So I think this was done because if we sort of like set this to star, which will just kind of allow all origins. If you try to use credentials, like if you try to pass in credentials from the front end, I think course will still shout at you something about credentials not allowing um, or something like that. I don't really remember the error, but it's something along those lines. So with this, we sort of like trick. I don't know if we are tricking the browser or we are tricking your leaf up, or we are tricking someone into believing that particular origin is sort of like the only origin allowed, even though it's not. So that was sort of like the trick over here, um, which was pretty cool. So I think our regular expression error is going to be somewhere in here. It's origin allowed. Um, so we check if our origin is an array, because you can actually allow like multiple origins. Like you can pass in an array and then there's like that and then localhost and other stuff. Um, right. So I can refresh and we are still there. Anyway, yeah. So in this case, we are just concerned about the a string part because it can be a string like this, or it can be sort of like a regular expression like that. PHP regular expressions are still strings. Anyway, so origin allowed. If it's star, we allow it. If it's not, then we are checking if origin equals allowed origin. If it is, we return true. We return true if origin. Is there ever a situation where the origin would ever be, like exactly? Probably. Um, yeah, but I think this is expecting. Yeah, that's probably what's going on. Yeah, like we are passing a string. I would probably like output origin right now. Origin. Yeah. Oh, wait, this is actually the origin I'm accessing from. So where's the origin that we are passing in? So that's allowed origin. Huh. Weird naming convention. Very weird. Um, okay. Allowed origin. Oh, open source. I know, right? Can't wait to see the text. Sheesh. Oh yeah, you have questions about Leaf? Let me know. Like this is the perfect place to ask your questions. The range of PHP versions compatibility. I think right now we support from PHP 7.4, I believe. I think something supports PHP 7.2, but don't push your luck. Just go for like PHP 7.4 upwards. Um, yeah, it supports PHP 7.4, PHP 8. I'm on PHP 8.2 right now, but supports I think even the latest. I'm yet to check it over. Probably does. Yeah. Right. So I back to this. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So the first origin is I think example.com, and that's failing because it's sort of like passing it to this. I think the easiest way to fix this would probably be to sort of like check if um definitely not that. Yeah, that's why they're like, yeah, don't trust AI because like AI is going to lie to you, and it just did. Like it's perfectly lying to me right now. Anyway, so you just want to check if let's see. In this case, it's supposed to fail anyway. Let me try something that's actually supposed to work, which is localhost. Okay, I think localhost is supposed to work. So let me see if I still get that error with just localhost. Do I? Wait, where did I? Oh, right here. Right, I get it. Okay, so localhost is supposed to work. So we can try it out with localhost. Um, right. So we are supposed to check if Yeah, that'll probably be the easiest way. So we check if um let me just bring this back. If localhost exists inside, the origin we are supposed to get. Or should it be the other way around? Probably by existing. But if I do it that way, this won't work because we have like the port. Huh. Or I can just make it both. So I can do something like if allowed origin. Sorry, I'm going to be writing in TypeScript. I normally sort of like think in TypeScript because it's much faster than writing a dollar sign. Like I have a huge keyboard. It's so I sort of like have a huge keyboard and um, typing, stretching my fingers all the way um, to the top of the keyboard for the dollar sign is so very annoying. So yeah, I just write TypeScript and when I'm done, I just put the PHP stuff in there. So this is what I kind of like want to do. I want to check if allowed origin includes there we go, origin like this. Or if origin includes, oh, thank you so much, Dimitrios. Sorry, I do not know how to pronounce the first part of the name. I'm so sorry. You need to use it for professional apps. Right. Yeah, you can do that. I actually have, right? Huh. It's actually been a while since I built like a full PHP applications. But yeah, I do know a couple of guys that are running Leaf in production. Um, you can use Leaf as I did over here, which is just like very basic Leaf, or you can use Leaf with an MVC structure that gives you like a full blown framework thingy to work with. So that's Leaf MVC here. It gives you like all of this. It's sort of like Laravel, but it's like a really dumbed down, lightweight version of Laravel. Yeah, I do have plans to change a few things though. So in the future, it should look less like Laravel. But for now, this is where we are at. It's still Leaf though. So if you check through, for instance, your routes, yeah, you find it's using Leaf and all of its models basically. It just gives you the structure, like that's the only difference, but that's the main difference you should be worried about. So that's if you want like more structure, you can go with Leaf MVC. Otherwise, if you just want to spin up something fast like I did, you can just go with this. This is really simple. I actually built with this method. I prefer that to MVC. Yeah, that's just me. I like simple stuff. That's why I built Leaf. Anyway, um, right. So I think this is what you're supposed to do, and if this works, if it's true, like if either statement is true, then we just return true, just like we did over here. Um, I could probably add that to the initial condition, but nah. Okay. How do you even check? I think it was like string. Is it string contains? No, I think it's string position. I think string contains is like it's a PHP 8 then. Yeah, since PHP 8. Yeah, how? I think it was something like string position. Oh my goodness. This happens when you don't write PHP for a while. Wait, is it string? Yeah, I think it's string position, and then I think it's like haystack needle. Um, yeah, haystack needle. Thank God for IntelliSense. I'll be in so much trouble right now. Um, so my first haystack is allowed origin, and then we are checking if um, origin is inside allowed origin is equal to false. Yes. Copilot didn't lie to me this time. Um, we'll change things if you are providing a wide range of PHP versions. You're going to you're given time to develop us. Yeah, exactly. That's like the idea. I'm trying to give people, because I think Laravel ended support for PHP 7, probably like 3 years ago or something like that. I'm not so sure though, but I think like 3 years ago. So it's either you use like an older version of Laravel or um, you just forcefully upgrade. Upgrading is actually a good idea. If you ask me, you should actually upgrade. But then I just did that to give people the chance to sort of like, because there are people who are running, like company applications, and companies don't always give you the time to upgrade. So that was sort of like the reasoning behind it. So to sort of give people the time they need to upgrade. Yeah, so I'm still supporting PHP 7.4. There was a recent RFC. Where do I even find that? I think discussions. Um, closed maybe. Yeah, there was like a recent then to bump it to PHP 8. I think it's supposed to be PHP 8.2 instead of 8.1. Everybody sort of like agrees with this. Um, like it's a really good idea to upgrade. Um, yeah, but it's going to be a lot of work. So I'm sort of getting things done right now. Like as I mentioned, my main focus right now is the documentation, getting that done first, and then I can sort of focus on the other things. So yeah, I think this should fix our issue. Let's test this out, and yeah, we no longer have the bug. Um, if I go to my network tab and sort of run like fetch, does fetch even work with this stuff? Right, probably should work. Anyway, um, I think like await fetch. Oh my god, this is what um not writing JavaScript for a while does to you. I've been writing Markdown for like the past 3 weeks, and I've forgotten PHP and TypeScript already. Okay, something is still failing. Oh, right. It's not failing. It's actually my fault. I'm supposed to sort of like put JSON here and then message hello, and that should probably hopefully work. Yeah, that works. So network tab, we should see access control allow origin. Yeah, okay. So that seems to work. Um, yeah, I think this works. But is this safe? Is it safe is the question. Actually, let me check if regular expressions still work. Um, I don't think this would work. I've actually forgotten to write regular expressions. Can you believe that? I've actually always sucked at regular expressions anyway. Um, from Demetrius again. I would like to do a live conversation about this. Sure. Like, hit me up at any time. Um, if you have some ideas, you can just drop them in the chat right here. Um, yeah, let's go. Let's see. I genuinely doubt this would work. Oh, it worked. Oh, wait, actually, that's not how to test it. I'm supposed to test it from here. Um, let's see. Did I get access control origin? Oh, it still works. So I guess regular expressions still work. Huh. Okay, so this works fine. But now I'm wondering, like, when people are handling cores, do they allow? I'm pretty sure if I do something like if I'm on maybe up dot whatever URL, like up dot something dot com, like I'm on a different subdomain, um, I'm only allowing local host. Let me just change this back to a string. Yeah, like right now I'm only allowing local host, which in our what do you call this? In an example, right? In an example, this is sort of like base domain, so maybe like facebook.com, right? So we are using like localhost to represent something like that. If I'm on app.localhost, app.facebook.com, an example, um, should I be able to access this, or I should have to explicitly say, like app.localhost? I think this would work. Like if I do app.localhost, this should still work. Um, access control allow origin. Oh, I realized I didn't make this big. X. Sorry. Um, okay. How do I clear this? Oh my God. Yeah, I guess Chrome didn't expect anyone to sort of like make this as big. Yeah, but we still have our access control allow origin, and it's giving me that domain, right? The question now is, if I just say localhost, should it still work on this URL, like of the localhost, or should it fail me? That's the question right now. I think with the implementation I just did, it will still work. And I mean, it's your own domain, you know, like it's your own app. Like app.facebook.com belongs to facebook.com. So is it like a bad idea? I think it's actually fair. I don't know what implementation. Actually, since I based this on the Node.js course, um, Express.js course package, I should probably check what they do. Um, yeah, this was sort of like the inspiration for the Leaf course package because I think this like the simplest course thingy I've used. So that was like the main inspiration. That's how come it looks just like it. Yeah. I don't know if there are like any instructions for subdomains. Any request from or from a subdomain. Yeah, I guess. Wait, so this is the only thing about subdomains here. So they don't have like any specific instructions. I don't want to spin up an Express app. I don't even remember how to spin up an Express app. When was the last time I used JavaScript to build anything server side? Anyway, um, I I will sort of like take this as a solution for now. Till I get more feedback on it. Yeah, but I guess this sort of fixes our issue. Regular expressions still work as they used to. Um, let's see. This still works. If I make it like HTTP localhost, I think there's probably like a way to extract origins. I think this will fail. The limiter must not be. Why is it failing? Oh, right, because it's not init. Ah, we're back to square one. Hmm. So I think this is a good solution, but it's not foolproof. It's not foolproof. If is there like a way to check? I think I wrote like a utility once that sort of checked if a PHP string was a regular expression. Why does PHP even use strings for regular expressions? Just do the way JavaScript does it. Come on. Anyway, anyway, just just um random stuff. Hmm. You know what? If a PHP string is a regex. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what if it fails? It returns like a one or zero. Okay, sure. Let's check it out. Um, okay, okay. So my string is what's my string? I think my string is allowed. Am my string allowed origin or its origin? Okay, it's okay. Now I'm confused. Okay, that's terrible. Okay, it's allowed origin. Allowed origin. Oh my god, I don't even know why I named it allowed origin. Like that's probably like the worst thing I could possibly name. I mean, it kind of makes sense though, but that's terrible. Um, cool. So we have this, and string contains. Wait, what? Okay, I think I kind of like copied the wrong thing. I think this checks whether a regular expression matches a specific string. I don't need that. I need how to check if a string is a regular expression in the first place. That's why I'm actually supposed to check. Oh, oh my goodness. How do I check if a string contains a regex? Ah, yeah, JavaScript. So easy. Not in PHP. Why is everyone saying, okay, you know what? Can someone just give me an example or something? Um, hmm, I'll tell you whether a string contains. That's not what I need. That's actually not what I need. Is this what I need? I don't think this is what I need. Um, it's weird. Let's see. Yeah, this definitely not what I need. Or can I sort of like cheat a bit? Um, hmm, no, no, definitely not. Stack Overflow. Is it a good way to test if a string is a regular expression or a normal PHP string? What? The simplest way to check is to use regular expressions. Definitely, definitely. Right. Okay, now that sort of like makes sense. So I guess that's why I actually needed. Right, right, right. So it was my bad after all. Is this the same regular expression or it's different? Okay, let's try this one. So if my string contains regular expressions, then it's a regular expression and we would run this code. Else we would run this code. And if it all fails, we just return false. Okay. Um, let's go back. Let's see. Right. Hopefully that worked. Okay, I've been blocked. Nice. Is that nice? Yeah, that's nice. Um, yeah, I added HTTP in front. On like, is that the reason? Actually, I feel like there's still some sus behavior going on here. Sure, sure, sure. Catch you later, Demetrius. Um, right. Sorry you guys are like stuck with me trying to figure this out. I tell people I have not built a PHP app in forever and they do not believe me. Yeah, so this is me trying to figure out basic PHP all over again, even though I am here building a framework. It's so weird. Anyway, access control or origin. Yeah, so I guess this is working. Localhost works. If I make it like after localhost, that should still work. So I think the funny business happens when I add like an HTTP in front of it. So if I do like HTTP after localhost, which is sort of the same thing here, because there's like an imaginary HTTP in front of it. Technically, this should work. So if it fails, then oh, it worked. Nice. Okay, so maybe there is no funny business going on. Yeah, there's probably no funny business going on. This should fail because we're expecting this exact route, I guess. Um, yeah, if you sort of like want to allow this together with all subdomains, you just remove the uh, whatever you call that, then the HTTP in front of it, and then it should work. It should work fine, I believe. Yeah, we have our access control allow origin, and that's working fine. So I believe this issue has been fixed now. So what I usually do is you saw me working in the vendor file. So what I was doing was all in the vendor file. So now I have to sort of like copy. What did I do? Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I have to copy all of this. over to do I have leaf course open here? Yeah, I have like this one single workspace, leaf three workspace where I have the things I usually work on. Um, CORS. I do not see CORS. Does anybody see CORS? No. Um, that feels like Dora. Anyway, da, 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 leaf, where's leaf? Yeah, I cannot find leaf. Huh. Why on earth do I even keep my projects? Is the link finder? Right. Now, do I see pause over here? Still no. Wow. I am either blind or something funny is going on. Okay. So I can clone this somewhere. How do you even do that again? I didn't have to do it this way, but anyway. Okay. Um, by the way, you I don't know if you guys know, but like VS Code has like all of this cool stuff. It integrates really well with Git. So yeah, you can I actually use these features a lot, like a whole lot. Where on it is leaf now? Ah, there it is. Oh, okay. And that's another VS Code window open for me. Okay, there we go. And I do not have tests because yeah, real developers write code without tests. That's the way to go. Um, yeah, there are squigglies because I haven't installed dependencies, and I'm actually not going to. Let's see, is there anything missing from here? Wow, this is very old. This is the course handler for Leaf. Uh, usage, of course. Please do not use this. It works, but it's so bulky. Anyway, get this out, get this out, get this out. Then commit changes, fix, patch up. What was the issue? It was preg something issue. No, regex issue. And we are done with issue number one. Hmm. That was actually easier than I thought. I thought it would be like so difficult or something. Allowed headers configuration doesn't change. Oh my god, what's this going on? Let's see. What's this issue saying? Allowed headers configuration doesn't change. So what did he do? He allowed these headers, but then it still stays as that. Anyway, okay. So issue number two. Um, wait, did I actually remove all of these stuff I did? Um, so the issue he's having is we just fixed an origin issue. The next one is allowed headers issue. So course is so strict that it actually limits things besides origins like headers, methods, so things your app can get and all of that stuff. The issue here is he's manually setting these, but then it's not reflecting. So let me just test this out. Um, okay, let me do that. And access control allow headers is still star. Okay, so that's a problem. That's actually a problem. Why? Why is that happening? Configure headers. If no headers, headers wasn't specified, but headers was specified in this case. So, oh, I almost typed console.log there. Okay. So response exit headers. Okay. Star. What? What? Oh, right. Wait. Okay, now. Huh. Oh, this is headers. That's allowed headers. Which one is it supposed to be? Huh. Oh my God. Where do I even find course documentation? Okay. Uh, origin, methods, allowed headers. So why on earth did I make it headers? So this is supposed to be allowed headers, I think. Or was there a reason why I made it headers? Headers. This says headers. Oh boy. Okay, now I'm actually like confused why the documentation is saying something different from access control allow headers. Wow. Anyway, documentation says it's allowed headers, so I guess it's supposed to be allowed headers. So what's exposed headers? Wait, what they both configure. Oh, okay, no, this is different. This is different. This is exposed headers. Okay, that makes sense. Look at me here learning Leaf like I have never used it before. Um, okay, so configure headers. So this should actually fix the issue. I don't think there's much to do here. Um, okay, what's going on? Unexpected token. What did I do? Does this work? Okay, that works. Let's see if this works. So access control allow headers, yes, content type personalization. Okay, so that works fine now. Issue fixed. Okay, issue number two. The headers wasn't specified, so we can redirect. And why does the code look weird? And why does never mind. I'm not going to touch it because I have no idea what it's doing. I wonder why this and that. It's supposed to use like this case, but it's using that. I don't know if that was intentional, so I'm probably not going to touch it now. Um, if it works, don't touch it, as they say. Okay. Um, okay. Where on F was the new app I just created? And now I cannot find it. Did I close? Did I close it? Anyway, let me see if there's any more course issues to fix. Then I can just sort of like close all of these. No access control allow origin. Okay, what's going on? There's an error here. Blah blah blah. Same behavior. Okay. Um, there's an error here. If I want to set a custom allow origin, won't be able to do it. Um, I wish there would be like an example added, because I don't know why. The only reason the access control allow origin header won't be set is if it doesn't match. Like we have these conditions here. So I don't. I wish the person would have sort of like given um like put an example of his code here, because like right now I have no idea what the person did. The person just said there's an error. So like there's no way, like I don't have enough information to actually tackle this problem. Um yeah, but like from what I can tell, the only reason the header wouldn't be set is if like all of these return false. So if they return false, then there's no way the header will be set. So probably the person had like an issue with the origin or something. I have no idea, but that's what it looks like. So um if you guys are opening any issues, please just fill out this. There's like, oh, it's not here. That's weird. Anyway, like anywhere you're opening an issue, I would probably like fix that to make sure it's showing. But yeah, like when you're opening an issue, please try to like add some detail to the issue. On the Leaf repo, there's a bug report feature request, like all of that stuff. So just pick something and then fill all these details. There's like this markdown script here. So like the steps to reproduce your issue. So that'll help a lot. Hi Terry B. Yeah, that's like Leaf's biggest sponsor right now. Um, thanks a lot. Yeah. Yeah. So like, please try to fill out this because it helps a lot. Like right now, I have no idea how to even begin solving like that issue because it just said there's a problem and then there was like a solution, but then the solution will sort of break other things. So like there's actually really no way. I think I didn't check this before, but yeah, I thought this was like a GitHub gist, but it's apparently pointing back to the code. So yeah, like please try to be detailed with that. If you have no idea what you're supposed to fill out, just check out this new issue template. Um, it's just describe the bug you're having, steps to reproduce, expected behavior. So like that's clear. Once I pick up the issue, I know exactly what's going on, as I did with like these two issues. Like they are detailed enough. They give examples and what's supposed to happen. So I was able to fix them like relatively quickly. So that's a little, like heads up there. So that would help a lot, especially if you want your issues to get fixed faster. Thank you, Terry. Um, cool. So those are like the cause issues fixed. What's the time? Almost 6 p.m. Oh, that's almost an hour. That's crazy. Um, I don't know if there are any way. I have to actually copy this. I have to copy this fix and paste it in course. Yeah. Okay. And yeah. Okay. So this should. What was the issue number again? I've actually forgotten. Yikes. I've actually forgotten what we just fixed. Okay, I think that was allowed headers. So fix touch up allowed headers. I can't believe this is actually the first time anyone has opened this issue because it's really weird. I have no idea why I sort of set that to headers instead of allowed headers. So yeah, so I can sync this. Okay, so that's two issues down. Third one, there's not enough information to fix, so I'll just skip that for now. What else needs fixing? All right, do you guys have like any suggestions on anything random, documentation, functions, MVC stuff? Um, let's see. I think this. Wait, did I not reply to that? Yeah, I once again like please try to. I actually wonder how the person managed to open this issue because when you try to open an issue, you have to pick the template. But the person just deleted the stuff. Anyway, please try to add context to your issues. They help a lot. Um, let's see, router. Right. So there are like a bunch of issues with the router. This is um, internal, I guess. How to add middleware resources. Yeah, I saw this, and it's actually a pretty good idea. Should I work on this now? Probably. Um, yeah. So basically, what's happening here is the person was trying to set a middleware on a resource route. So a resource route is sort of like just a group of routes. So technically, it's pretty much just like this. But then this would be like a group within a group, sort of. Um, so it sort of makes sense to allow certain middleware directly on groups. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, I don't know whether I should do this before or after I merge the router with Leaf. Um, because I want to actually merge the router with Leaf because I have a few changes I want to make, especially to middleware. So, like with the new documentation, I sort of detail those changes. Like if you look at the old documentation, I mean like the current documentation of the old one. um, so the way middleware is not dynamic. Middleware, where do I find middleware? Yeah, middleware. Okay. So the way middleware is sort of handled in Leaf currently, it's kind of weird. Like I have no idea how it became this way, but and I don't know if you will find this weird, but I actually find it really weird. So there's like application middleware, which is a class. Weird, but fine, because a lot of frameworks use classes. Um, yeah, so there's like this test middleware, which is fine. And then you load it with like app.use to register that middleware for all of your routes. So it's run in front of every single route. And then there's app before, which is actually very weird. So like in this case, the middleware is sort of like a route. So you can set, if you want it to run before one route or a group of routes, or if you want to run it in front of all of your routes, which is pretty much the same as this guy. Weird. And then there's just regular functions. Um, also weird. So you can sort of like pass the function directly here, or you can register it and then use it later. And then there's like route hooks. And then like all of these are just middleware, but then it's like Leaf is giving you way too many choices. Like why should you have what like six different ways of applying middleware? That's actually really weird to me. And I have no idea. Actually, I have no idea how it became this way. I think this was from the router. This was because it actually seemed nice, and it's actually nice. Yeah. Um, the class thing. Yeah, I wonder where that came from because I don't really do classes. Anyway, so that felt like really weird having six different ways of using middleware. Router hooks are sort of internal, so I can give a pass for that. Yeah, so I just restructured everything. I just made a documentation, but I'll be implementing this soon. So it's like instead of having like all of these different ways of handling middleware, what if middleware in Leaf was just a function, like just like this? So you could run that function in front of I mean, like before all your routes, or like this is still the same thing, just a function. You could run it in front of one specific route, but in this case, it's still the exact same function. Like it's still the same function. There's no difference in the way you define middleware. It's all just function. So um, same function in front of all your routes. Same function. You can use it on a particular route or a group of routes. Um, or you can just register that same function globally. Like if you have multiple middleware you are using, it can become sort of like nasty if you um, if you dump all your middleware like this, like the project I was just on, scores. Yeah, like it can quickly get out of hand if you do stuff like this. So, like having maybe middleware one, middleware two, middleware three, that can become very nasty really quickly. So um, this can sort of like save your skin. So you can register your middleware separately. You can even put them in a different file. But then the key point is it's still that same middleware function. So like no matter which way you go, middleware just means one thing, and that's a function. Compared to the way it was over here, where you have like functions, classes, routes. That's really confusing. So yeah, that's like one change I'll be making soon. Um, Doing that means I can get rid of the leaf/middleware class. I'll probably just move that to the MVC because um, leaf MVC is like more structured. He wants classes over there rather than functions. So yeah, that makes sense. For leaf MVC, sort of makes sense to use classes. So I'll just remove that from leaf and dump it in leaf middle and so in leaf MVC. So um, that's one change I want to make to the router. So that would sort of like make it lighter, faster, and um, right now I am sort of like doing double configuration with the router. Um, like all of these stuff, they already exist in the Leaf, like on Leaf's core. So if you're using the router in Leaf, you sort of do this twice. So like Leaf defines that configuration, then this configuration has to sync with Leaf's configuration, which is it's just pretty annoying. I did this because the idea was to be able to use the router separately from Leaf, but right now that's no longer necessary. So I'm just going to remove this and then sync it back to Leaf. So anyway, that should improve performance. That should improve performance by a lot. Yeah. So um, yeah, that's one of the things I have planned with the router. Yeah. So I probably would do that before. Um, I'll probably move the router before I fix the remaining issues because they are not serious issues that actually break anything. Most of them are enhancements. So that should be fine. And I don't know if you guys have checked out the sandbox. So I recently managed to somehow get it back online after fighting with Engine X. So you can sort of like use Leaf directly in your browser. Um, it's good for like scaffoldings, really small things, and it has all modules enabled, so you can just play around with it. It's just a handy way to just try out Leaf without installing anything. Yeah, so there's that. I think the other issues here are related to Leaf MVC. Um, yeah. Also, Leaf API is being merged into Leaf MVC. Yeah. It's funny because Leaf MVC, Leaf API actually has more downloads than Leaf MVC, which is kind of weird. I find that very weird. Um, yeah, but they're pretty much the same structure, same file system. Everything is pretty much the same. The only difference is Leaf API has the view layer disabled. Like if you look at Leaf MVC, um, yeah, it has all of these like the vit config, the package.json, JavaScript frontend stuff. Same with like the views and all of that stuff. But then Leaf API has none of that. But besides that, it's pretty much the same system. So it doesn't make sense to maintain two different repos that do the same thing. Um, yeah. So that's why this is going to be merged into Leaf MVC. Um, I've kind of started doing that already. So I don't know if you guys realize, but a couple of maybe like 2 weeks ago, I pushed out. Oh, they're so bright. Anyway, I pushed out an update. So if you kind of do like leave, create um, anything, instead of seeing leave MVC, leave API, you see leave MVC for APIs. So the leave CLI would sort of like download leave MVC and then um, remove everything related to Vue. So it would remove the package.json, the entire Vue folder, all of that stuff. So it just clears everything front end related. Um, yeah. So in the end, you are back to the same setup. You're back to the Leaf API setup, this very setup, except it's no longer a different repo. So that's the idea. I haven't yet deactivated the repo, and also on packages, it's still available because I realized that okay, now that's black. Anyway, um, yeah, sorry, too much light. Um, yeah, um, yeah, so it's still available for download, but I've realized, the downloads have been reducing, probably because of the Leaf CLI thing. So I'm just waiting till the end of the month to find out what the new download numbers are, and hopefully I can deactivate it then. So yeah, that's basically what's going on. So Leaf is probably going to get a lot smaller, lighter, faster. Funny enough, PHP devs don't actually care about speed. That's one thing I realized recently. Like a lot of people don't care about application performance. Yeah, that's very funny. That's actually really funny. Like in the JavaScript world, everybody is fighting for speed. Like if you can get even like a 0.5 second improvement of like speed, people would literally kill for that. So it's really interesting to see, how people just don't care about that over here, like in the PHP world. It's crazy. Um, yeah. So let's see. Leaf API, nothing interesting going on there. Um, yeah, I mentioned the rest of the issues are MVC issues. I've sort of like fixed these. I have, but I am waiting for feedback because I don't want to close these issues and then have them reopened. So I just want to get feedback from the folks if their issues have been solved. Um, but so far, it's working good for the folks I have tested it with. Yeah, I just need to get feedback from the original authors that it's all good, then I can close the issues. So I think like these four have been fixed. Or scaffold, yeah, I know this is a problem. I started working on it, but I got caught up with the documentation, and damn, this sucks. I think I was using Bootstrap for this view. That's terrible. Yeah, really terrible UI. I mean, this is like 2019 UI or 2020, so no, it's not bad. I mean, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I'm going to fix this issue. I know it's an issue. I have just been caught up with like the other issues and then the new documentation. So I'm going to take care of this. Um, I can't give a date, unfortunately, but soon, hopefully. Yeah, I guess the rest have been fixed. Multiple DBs. Surprisingly, a lot of people have. I think there's like a feature request. Yeah, there's actually a feature request. Huh. I've not looked in here for quite a while. Anyway, so lots of people are actually really interested in multiple DB things. Yeah, I think I've closed some of them because some of them were like with MVC. I've fixed that issue, so you can use multiple databases with um, Leaf MVC. But then with the Leaf DB itself, the query builder, you can't use multiple database connections yet. It's something I have planned, but it's not really a priority right now because a little trick, a little trick with this. Let me just sort of like pull this in. I actually don't need to. Is this the right project? Leaf install DB, right? If you want to use multiple databases, yes, Leaf DB itself doesn't support multiple databases, but you can sort of like trick your Leaf application into doing what you want, right? So you can sort of like DB connect, save it as a variable like maybe connection one. How do you spell connection? Connection one, you do your leave DB connect, and then you have maybe like connection two. Um, hmm, okay, probably wouldn't work if you're using functional mode, so you might have to like do like a new leave DB because functional mode uses only one. Oh my god, this is why I hate classes. Leave DB uses sorry, functional mode uses only one instance of leave DB, so it tries to make sure only one instance of every class is open at once. So um, you can't do multiple instances with functional mode. So yeah, you can go this way, and then you do your database connection like that. So now you have two different connections, and you can pass them around. Like maybe use connection one like that, and then you can use connection one here, and then the separate route use like connection two. So that should work. So even though you don't have like actual multi-database support, you can sort of like make it work for now. Uh, yeah, it's not exactly clean, but it works. It works. I mean, no one is going to kill you for this. I think. Yeah, so this should work fine for now. So I can actually implement multi-database stuff. Um, yeah, let's see. Do we have any other issues I can fix right now? Um, I think the I think that's sort of like done. Oh yeah, transactions, database transactions. I will look at this. I'll actually look at this. I've not been able to look at it yet, but database transactions, stuff I need to do. Simple demo, yes. I started writing a simple demo. When was that? So I have like this demos folder. Yeah, I started writing that and actually never finished up. Yeah, stuff keep coming up. But yeah, now Abdul from the Leaf team um has this wonderful project called Flow. So IBM Sultan. Yeah, he has this really cool stuff with Leaf MVC. That's what it looks like. So it's sort of like it's pretty much production ready, I believe. I don't see any. Okay, it says it's under development, so you might want to watch out. Um, yeah, but it uses pretty much everything you would probably use in the real world: models, database stuff, views, styling, front end related stuff, pretty much everything. So, if you want an example, this is probably a good thing to check out. Yeah, I would probably work on more examples when I really do have the time because I really did start. Yeah, I think I was even doing more with like Docker and other stuff, but I just never really had the time to finish up. So for now, you guys can sort of rely on this if you need a real world example. So um, I think I am. Is there any other thing? Is there any other issue to? Oh, hmm. Right. um. Yeah. Once again, it's something I'm going to look at. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I am going to look at both at a point. I was thinking about that quite recently. Um, the person left a link to this GitHub gist. Is this for to clients? Interesting. Yeah. So I was thinking of stuff like this, and then also um, like full integrations with um, like third parties, like Auth0 and other stuff like that. So yeah, there's stuff I'm kind of like actively considering. I just need to finish a few things first. Uh, yeah, I just really need to finish a few things first. Like I have some things doing like Leave DB because Leave Auth runs on Leave DB, so I need to work on that first. Um, yeah, like there's a lot I have to finish up before I can start touching some of these. So like database transactions, I'll get to you. Multi database, yeah, I'll eventually get to that. But for now, I gave you like a pretty this is basically just tricking Leaf into doing what you want. But yeah, it works. Like you can create multiple connections because like under the hood, in like multi-database systems, this is pretty much all they do, except that it's all internal. So you can sort of like do maybe something like DB, then your connection, and then you probably like pass in connection one or something, and then you run whatever query you want. So it's pretty much the same thing. So you can sort of like work with this for now. So um, I'm able to jump on that. But model supports multi-database stuff. So if you are going with Leaf MVC, I would recommend you use your models instead of Leaf DB for that stuff. Um, yeah, so that's with like the feature requests. I will get on this. Um, right. Let's see. I Yeah, I don't know if there's like any other issue I need to tackle. Documentation, MVC4, I've already talked about that. Router, yeah, I think I've pretty much talked about all of these. I don't know if this is visible to you guys. I think it's public. Yeah, this is public. So um if you guys sort of like want to know what I am up to, you can check this out. Oh, we have only 31 now. I think when I picked this up, we had about like 70 issues. That was like at the beginning of the month. Yeah, so we've sort of like closed most of them down. It's only just for 31 issues, and a bunch of these have already been solved, but we're just waiting for feedback from the openers. And then some of them are questions. Um, yeah. Oh shoot! I was supposed to release a new version of LeafQ. I would probably do that tomorrow. Um, yeah. So this is pretty much what I'm up to. So you can check the Leaf board. It shows like everything here. Things which are done. Register JSON, return false. Actually, I think this was a question, but the person never got back. Um, yeah. So there are like all sorts of things over there. You can just check this out if you want to know what the team is up to. Um, yeah. So this is like a project management thingy. Actually, I'm probably the only person that uses this, but it helps me visualize what's going on much better. Um, yeah. So that's pretty much it. I've already spoken about all of these issues. Um, Yeah, I don't think there's anything I haven't talked about. Yeah, there's like a feature request. Feature request again. I think this was the issue where we didn't have enough information to have. Let me just that. Can you give some context here? Right, context just disappeared. Anyway, um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, I guess we're done for today. Oh, you have to fix this. I'll fix that to probably tomorrow, maybe. Probably I'm pushing everything to tomorrow. I wonder if I'll actually do them tomorrow. Anyway, um, yeah. So this is pretty much everything. If there are like any more questions, oh, thank you, Roman. If there are like any more questions, anything you guys want to know, you can just drop them in the comments. Um, Else, if there's nothing, I am pretty much done. I have done what I set out to do. Um, yeah. So I guess I can end over here. Thank you guys for joining. I had a good time. Hope you guys also had a good time. It's Friday night. Oh, right. I almost said I didn't have. There's like an a gamers anime folks meetup thingy in Accra, which I am going to be attending. So for those of you in Accra, I will see you there. Um, yeah, so I'm pretty much done. Thank you guys for joining. Let's talk on Discord or GitHub, anywhere. All right, we'll see you guys.